What's going on, everybody? Tyson from VS Card Hub coming back in, and we've got a grading reveal. I have not done one of these in a little while. I've been kind of waiting to send some stuff off. I got a big shipment going out to SGC, trying to take advantage of them before they switch over to pretty much doing vintage only or specializing in vintage. If you're not following along with that, excuse me, collectors that owns both PSA and SGC has noted that in the future they're going to be moving SGC back to doing vintage grading and kind of pretty much pushing everybody to have to use PSA. So kind of sucks, but I actually kind of like SGC's slabs. But it is what it is. It's business. PSA is trying to take over the world. Anyways, we got a shipment back from PSA today. This one was a big shipment, not so much in number of cards, but in the cards that I sent. This is only a 21 card shipment, but I did send this expedited because these were all the big hits that I've gotten this year for 2024. Also some of 2025 stuff. So I was trying to get it out and get it back quickly, especially before the end of the baseball season and the beginning of football. So I'm going to start getting this opened up. I've got another big shipment going out to SGC, but that one will be, revealed later on. Like I said, I want to try and do some more with SGC before they kind of stop doing more of the modern stuff and go more to vintage. But this was to PSA. So I did I think it's the value plus. It was, $39.99 or, $40 a card basically. And 20-day turnaround. They actually did pretty good. I think PSA got it like August 1st-ish, somewhere like that. They said that the estimated completion date, probably help if I cut that open too. Estimation completion date was the 29th of August. They ended up getting it done and back to me on let's see, what's today? Yeah, they got it back to me like the 23rd. So ended up completing it pretty much quicker than I thought. So there we go. I don't know if that's all 20 cards in there. Interesting. All right. Or 21, excuse me. Maybe 21 didn't all fit in there. But like I said, everything that went in this shipment was all like big stuff, like case hits, really big cards that are pulled. If you watched any of the previous videos, this is a lot of cards that are pulled out. Oh, that's a big old chunk of plastic. Oh, I wonder if one of these slabs is broken in here. There you go. A big old chunk of plastic came out of the box. All right. Well, PSA has made their grading a little bit harder. Let me make sure I get my thing out of here. They have made their grading a little bit harder, so it is more difficult to get, PSA 10s. That's not a good sign. Well, that's not a good sign. Okay. That's a card not in a slab. Well, we're off to a fun start here. The last time, what was I saying? PSA made the grading harder. Last time I went with PSA, I think I got about a 40-ish, 40, 50-ish% gem rate. So I figured if I can stay around that, getting, 40, 50% gem rate, then I'm doing pretty good. I've tried to get a lot better at really reviewing these cards and making sure that stuff I'm sending is, worth sending. So I guess we'll get to it. I have at least one card that's not in a slab here, so I'm kind of scared. I've been super scared about this already, just because, like I said, PSA made this harder, and now I've got a card not in a slab. All right. Good start. Good start. All right. Let's not let this ruin the rest here. But let's see. What card do I have here? I've tried to go pretty much out of my way to not look at this before it came back. So my Shedeur Sanders, this was actually, I pulled this out of score, 25 score. Minimum size required. What? So this is a Shedeur Sanders rookie auto out of score. I pulled this out of the hobby box of score. You can go watch that video. PSA says that did not meet the minimum size requirement. Okay. I guess score is not big enough for PSA. Huh. Well, that sucks. All right. I mean, I guess, you know, it is what it is. He took 5 sacks this past weekend, so I don't know what his market's going to be like now, but okay, getting into it. All right, so we have scratched that 21 cards. This is about to be 20 cards review. I'm scared now. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually scared to kind of look at some of these. All right. I think I remember what most of these are. So Jared Goff, this is Jared Goff. This came out of Panini Luminance 2025. This is out of our Luminance hobby box. This one was an autograph to 10. Jared Goff auto out of 10, 2025 Panini Luminance. Gets a PSA 9. Mint 9. Huh. That's unfortunate. So Jared Goff, I guess, it looked pretty, I don't know. Maybe fell victim to the new centering rules. Thought that one was pretty centered. But there we go. Jared Goff, PSA 9, autograph to 10. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow. So they crushed my Amon-Ra slab. PSA, you may have to reholder this. It crushed my Amon-Ra slab. That's where all the plastic came from. What in the world? All right, well, plastic shards all over my desk now. All right, this is not going well. There you go. PSA crushed the corner of that slab. Looks like the whole front's cracked too when I flip it here. So this is Panini Luminance 2025. This was a case hit animation, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Oh my God. What did you guys do? PSA, what the heck? It's a PSA 10, but holy cow. Like, hopefully I didn't hurt the card. That's like straight across the face of the card. What in the world? There you saw it, straight out of the box. Crushed. Boy, this is... Yikes. All right. Continuing on. Mick Abel, this came out of Bowman. Yeah, I believe this is Bowman. This is autograph. Sent this off right after he got called up from Miners. Mick Abel on-card auto. Got a PSA 9. That corner felt a little rough, but it crushed my Amon-Ra St. Brown. Wow. This was a big one. Topps Chrome. This came out of the hobby box that I opened. Topps Chrome. Luis Angel Acuna. On-card auto. Numbered to 25. Ooh, PSA 10. That is 7 of 25. Luis Angel Acuna. All etch rookie rush. Orange refractor. On-card auto. The PSA 10. I will take that, especially since it's not crushed. Joe Milton. Rookie auto. This was out of 2024 Encore. This one's numbered 78 of 199. We're looking at PSA 10. There we go. Joe Milton. Dude's got an absolute cannon for an arm. Will Howard Luminance. This one was numbered 100 or 125, I believe. All right, PSA 9. Might have a chance to play. We'll see. Be good to learn behind Aaron Rodgers. Nick Kurtz. If you watch baseball, Nick Kurtz came up and went absolutely bonkers. Oh, PSA 9. This one was numbered out of 25. This is a VIP out of the Bowman Mega Boxes. PSA 9. Ouch, I was hoping that one was a little better. I knew that one was a little off-centered, though. So that one, I knew the centering was off. Let's see, we got Malik Neighbors. This is a Color Blast. This was out of Prism Draft Picks. I hit 2 Color Blasts this year out of Prism Draft Pick Mega Boxes. I got the Mahomes over here and the Neighbors here. At least one of these getting a 10 would be awesome. Oh, I've heard these are hard to grade, but there is a PSA 9 on the Neighbors Color Blast. Oh, that sucks. All right, hoping for the Mahomes 10. There's Patrick Mahomes Color Blast once again out of Prism Draft Picks, and PSA 9 again. That corner was not fuzzed like that. That corner was not fuzzed like that when I sent it in. Okay. All right, PSA 9. Not gonna dwell on it too much. I'll have to go back and look at some of these later on. Contours, JJ McCarthy. I believe this was the Pandora Contours. Yeah, this is out of the H2 Pandora Contours. Ah, PSA 9. Darn. Thought that one was pretty good. All right. This was my big card. This is a Bo Nix manga. If you watch my Prism draft picks, I believe it was in the budget hobby box video. I pulled this one out of the budget, budget hobby box out of Prism draft picks. I think paid like $180 for the box. This one I looked up prices on them. If it got a PSA 10, somewhere in like the $5 to $6 grand range. PSA 9s are still in like 2 to 4 on recent sales. This was the one I was probably the most scared to send in, just because, I don't know, I'm just scared of PSA and their new rules and everything and how random it can be. But PSA 9, oh man, I thought this one, I looked this one over so much. I thought this was so clean. I don't know where that got a 9, but man, I thought that card was clean. Unless there's dimple or something that I missed. I don't know. Man, I thought this card was so clean. That sucks. Huh. That sucks. I thought that one was clean. All right. My 10 stack is lagging behind there. Brock Bowers. This one was Topps Chrome Future Stars autograph. I believe it is numbered to 150 or 200. If it didn't grade well, it's probably just going to my PC, just because I'm a Raiders guy. And we got PSA 8. Ugh. Out of 199. That's 4 out of 199. PSA 8 on the Brock Bowers. I don't know. I'm trying to get that to focus there. That bottom corner is all ding-donged up as well. Once again. No, that was... Alright. I'm not going to start making accusations, but some of these corners, they were much better when I sent them in. Automania, Puka Nacua, rookie, autograph. Got a 9, 10 of 10, bookend. Puka Nacua, yeah, it's wild card, but I was like, I got some wild card, some fun stuff there. Bo Nix. This is the Fluidity insert from Top Signature Class. Nice. PSA 10. Or the, not lenticular, but the acetate cards. If you can get the acetate cards clean and like the edges are clean, I've talked about it in my videos before, they're actually pretty easy to grade. Acetate cards usually grade pretty well. Michael Penix Jr. This is the Passport Signatures out of Prestige. Yeah, 2020 Prestige on-card auto. Yeah, PSA 10 Penix. That is on-card. So that is out of Prestige on-card auto of Penix on the Passport. Those were, I believe those were case hits. But that gets a 10. All right. Bo Nix, Prism Draft Picks. Also pulled this one out of the Prism Draft Picks Hobby Box. 27 of 49. This was the orange or purple Pulsar, I believe. Yeah, orange Pulsar Brilliance. That gets a PSA 10. Bo Nix, I think, is going to be really good this year. Like, people are kind of not paying attention. Watching Jaden, how he does in his sophomore year, Bo Nix is going to be really good. Another Brock Bowers, 41 of 49. This was the Shock, Red Shock, I think. Red Flood, or Red Flash. There we go. Prism Draft Picks, Red Flash out of 49, PSA 10. So we're holding about 50-50 here. Dylan Gabriel, I had 2 of these. They were wild card autographs. Once again, it's wild card. 2 of 10, PSA 9 on the Dylan Gabriel auto. I know that wild card, I've heard about it before, can be really hard to grade. Ronald Acuna Jr. on the Iconic. This one was out of 2023. 48 of 75. Out of Bowman Chrome Iconic. Ronald Acuna. That gets an 8. Ouch. I didn't think it would be an 8. I didn't know that it was off-centered. I will say that. That one is off-centered a bit. That corner is... What the... That corner is white too. That's all right. Are all of the bottom right hand corners are all white. I can already see it with this one. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to get to focus. That's white too. That was not sent that way. Dylan Gabriel is another one autographed, 6 of 10. Why is it every... All right, now I'm going to have to go back and look. All right, I said I wasn't going to, but now I'm going to go back and look because that one was white. That one too. It's the same corner on all these cards. Like, I didn't pay extra to send this quick. And the same corner on all these cards is dinged. They dropped my cards or something? That one too, if you can see it. The neighbors isn't as bad. That... I don't know. I'm not going to make accusations here, but... Yeah, these corners were... Like I said, I sat on these for a long time because I knew these were clean and I wanted a good set to send in. I was a little soft on that edge too. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. There's our PSA return. That kind of, I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm mad. I'm not going to say I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy with some of the 10s that I got. Some of those 9s, I don't know. I don't know what to say. And they didn't like my score. Shador autograph. I don't even want to stand up. So there we have it. There's our latest PSA grading. I don't know what else to say. That's like, I'm happy. Like, I got a decent ratio. That's probably close to 40 maybe. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 20. I mean, that's not terrible, I guess. 35%-ish. But yeah, some of those 9s, I'm gonna have to go back and look and see if I can find the photos that they took when they the scans they took when they received them, because to have all those cards with that bottom right corner dinged up, the same corner, like, I don't know, not cool, man. And the Amon-Ra, that's the other thing too. This is unacceptable. That's unacceptable right there. To come back fresh out of the box, like you saw it. I cut the tape, fresh out of the box, having my PSA 10 crushed. I don't know. They just shoved it all in the box and called it good. Because it was sandwiched between some cards, so it wasn't on the outside. But to have that whole slab crushed, absolutely crushed. I'm going to try not to curse so that YouTube doesn't take my video down. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, that, I'm happy with some of the ones I got. Some of them, it kind of sucks to come back like they did. There's PSA return. I don't think I talked about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So $40 a card. I sent it expedited, and like I wouldn't have paid up for damaged cards. I don't know. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all next time.